Hello everyone, it is Minute Plus Meditation here, and it is Tuesday, November the 12th. It's the feast of Saint Josaphat. Continue with the St. Paul's epistle to Titus. Teach what is consistent with sound doctrine. Remember, he's talking to a spiritual son of his, but also someone who's a bishop, although this could be said of any priest, but he's talking to a bishop. Tell the older men to be temperate, serious, prudent, and sound in faith, in love, and in endurance. This is what actually makes a complete individual when we strive to do these things with God's help. It doesn't make us confined. It doesn't make us limited. It doesn't make us, constrained, as it were. It actually helps us to truly flourish as human beings. That we're aware of our disordered passions. That we're aware of, it's a default mechanism in us because of original sin to do the wrong thing, to go to a place of comfort, to stop trying, to stop climbing, as it were, or to not continue the journey, to not take risks, good risks, I mean. So St. Paul's advice is so pertinent, and it's so applicable to our own time, to me, to you, today, And then he goes on just to mention some of the things that get us in a whole truckload of trouble. Likewise, tell the older women to be reverent in behavior, not to be slanderers or slaves to drink, and so on and so on. Basically to live good Christian lives. But these are lives that flourish. These are lives that are truly sort of together. They're in control of themselves. They're not wild lunatics, to be somewhat exaggerated, but likewise urge the younger men to be self-controlled, So this is really the advice. There's so much sound advice in St. Paul's letter. This section of his epistle to Titus, I encourage you to really sit with it and go through it and identify places in your life where you're not in control. Maybe you're watching too much TV, too many hours on the screens. Maybe you're succumbing to pornography and all this garbage, filth, trash, right from hell. And, ask the Lord to help you have greater control over your life in a good way. Okay, over to the gospel. Jesus said to the disciples, "Who among you would say to your slave who has just come in from plowing or tending the sheep in the field, 'Come here at once, and I will make your place, and I will take your place at table'? Would he not rather say to him, 'Prepare supper for me, put on your apron and serve me while I eat and drink. Later you may eat and drink'?" So, our Lord's point here is I think it's pretty obvious, but we have to unpack its consequences. That we are called, the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So he's the one who backed it up. He just didn't teach it, but he backed it up with his words. And you and I need to apply this to our own personal daily life. So, if you just sort of slowly go through the gospel, that the things we're called to do as disciples of Christ, as Catholics, Christians, we're not expected to be patted on the back for. It's good to appreciate acts of service done for you, but we do them for Christ and Him crucified, ultimately, and for the good of others. Yes, we should acknowledge services done for us. There's no doubt about it. But we can't do it for that reason. We basically do it because, ultimately we're doing it for Christ. We're doing it because we owe Him everything, because we want to give Him honor and glory. And we want to do what we can to contribute to the upbuilding and the good of others. So we have to go inside and look at our motivations for doing things. Is it to receive honor and glory for ourselves? Is it to be patted on the back? Is it to be recognized? Is it to receive human respect? Or is it to really give God honor and glory? Is it really to build up and encourage, other people around us? And if we get thanked, that's great. But if we don't get thanked, then we're still going to do it because we know why we're doing it in the first place. So really keep this in mind. And Jesus Himself is a great example of all. God bless you.